Right then, this is a quick walk around video, and this is for a Honda CR-V 2.2 SE diesel. This car's covered just 70,000 miles, just over actually. Finished in twilight blue metallic, and it's got the exterior styling pack with the extensions on front and rear bumpers there. Looks absolutely lovely on the car. It's in really, really nice condition. Front of the car, lights and lenses, clear, intact, no cracks, no condensation. Bumper, very, very clean. Likewise, bonnet, amazing for a car of its age and mileage to see it as clean as that. The whole car has just been kept wonderfully well. Near side, lovely and smooth in the panel work. Can't see any indentations there at all. Near side front alloy, really good. That's one that takes all of the bashing and absolutely minimal. Near side rear alloy, again, really good. Just the tiniest bit of covering right on the outside edge of that one, actually, just minuscule. And then around the back of the car, again, very, very clean. Normally you get sort of entry wounds in and out of bumpers, the hatched area. Nothing at all on that. Ooh, attacked by a bird. Near side, offside rather, driver's side, again, very, very clean on the panels. Offside rear alloy, again, wonderfully clean. The remaining panel works absolutely lovely. Final alloy, again, in lovely condition as well. I mean, it's in fantastic condition. I mean, there will be, I always say it, there will be the odd minor little mark, which you're going to expect on a car this age and mileage. But in all honesty, it's absolutely lovely. Let's go into the back of the car. Absolutely huge boots. Now, normally on a CR-V, these are very heavily used because they're designed to be used as an estate car. But this one, it's been kept absolutely beautifully. Coming to the back, wide opening rear doors, virtually 90 degrees. Absolutely limousine-like legroom, and upholstery's in beautiful condition. The video makes it look slightly pinky almost, or purpley. It's not, it is black. It's just the colours on the video for some reason make it look like that. Let's come into the front, the passenger side. Again, all very, very clean and tidy. Passenger seat, again, in really very, very nice condition. Finally, driver's door card. Again, really good. Footwell is all very clean, and driver's seat in super condition. So inside the car, engine's running as always. It's a dashboard can be seen illuminated. Dashboard looks in lovely condition, absolutely fantastic. If you pop the car into reverse, you get the gridded parking camera there, all working exactly as it should. You can actually see the tow hitch easily on that, which makes hitching up very easy indeed. But really, really nice. Only a little bit of wear on the sort of the silver trim there, which is quite common on them, but you can get them off eBay for next to nothing if needs be, but I'm being particularly fussy. Across to the main dash binnacle, 70,275 miles. No warning lights on the dashboard at all whilst the engine's running. But sorry, it's like shaky. But all, as I said, it's in lovely, lovely condition in here. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, both here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and it's for a Honda CR-V 2.2 SE diesel. This particular car is registered, if I can see it, HF13YMY, and mileage is 70,270 miles. The reason we do these videos is essentially so that if anyone's looking at any of our cars online, they get to see the car we're advertising actually in operation. The reason we feel it's important is very simple. We know to our cost, having gone to see cars which can look perfectly good in the photographs and description, only to get there and find out when you drive it, it's got a fundamental issue which you would much rather known about before setting off. So hence that's why we do it. We also do it on these lovely quiet country roads in this absolutely beautiful part of Gloucestershire. We're only a couple of minutes off the motorway. You would never believe there's a motorway anywhere near here. It's just it's wonderfully tranquil around here. The reason we do it, this also forms part of the road test route we take our customers on, so hopefully then it'll be representative of what you feel yourself should you be offered a test drive in the car. So coming to the car itself, obviously it's been a very well looked after car, and it feels it straight away. Engine starts absolutely instantly, of course, and settles to a smooth, even idle. no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car, and temperature gauge running at a third, which is exactly where it's meant to be on a Honda vehicle, and the car's been running for some time now. The engines themselves are absolutely brilliant diesel engines in pretty much every single way. Most people buy a diesel to be economical, and they certainly are that. They hope they'll be reliable, but that's not always the case. Yet the 2.2 DTEC's got probably the best reputation for reliability and longevity in its class. What I find frustrating with lots of modern diesels is when you get in them, they can all feel actually quite nice, quiet and smooth, and seem to have loads of thrust to get you going forward. But it can be a little bit deceiving because that thrust can ebb away very quickly. Put your foot down and it picks up, and then it just dies where you've got to keep changing up gear much more quickly than you'd actually realise. With these, it's just got the most amazing broad spread of power, from very low RPMs, about 1500 RPM, all the way through to its theoretical red line. Not that you'd ever really want to go that far, but up to 4,500 RPM. But it pulls beautifully smoothly and very quietly all the way through. So it's a fabulous engine. Timing chain driven, by the way, no cam belts on these cars, so no monster service looming on them, and a much better way to join the top and bottom of an engine, in my humble opinion. Engine then feeds through into clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car, absolutely perfect. Bite point, exactly where it's meant to be, and it's lovely and smooth in actuation. Gearbox is really an object lesson to other manufacturers and just how to do a gearbox in this type of car. There's too many manufacturers seem to think that you build an SUV, so you make it kind of like a commercial van to drive, so kind of vague, long-winded gear changes seem to be the order of the day. This is absolutely brilliant. It's short and throw, it's snappy, it's got a wonderful synchromesh and actuation in each and every gear. And as I pretty much always say in these videos, it would very happily sit in any of Honda's more sporty cars. It's that good, and that feels absolutely as new to operate, which is typical of the breed. It's a wonderful gear change. Steering of the car, again, very nicely weighted, makes the car feel lovely and secure and solid on the road. It's very confidence inspiring. Track's absolutely dead straight. There's no vibrations at all at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit, but it's a very nice steering system to use. It's reasonably quick, very accurate and precise. The car follows absolutely faithfully. Again, just the whole feel of the vehicle is very car-like to drive. It doesn't feel like a tall, unwieldy car in any way. The chassis of the vehicle, likewise, it gives you this really comfortable ride for 90% of the time, with a wonderfully controlled body control, because through the corners where, again, lots of SUVs tend to sort of pitch and wallow because of the higher central gravity, the CR-V is very unlike a lot of them, because it, even sort of doing kind of a tight turn like I'm going to do now, which I've done it in a few cars in the past, and the car's just kind of keel over. This just stays very flat, it's very composed, but it's through all types of corners, quick corners, slow corners, sharp corners, constant radius corners or otherwise, or off camber. It's brilliantly done. What I'm looking out for on road test, by the way, of any car of age, is just listening out for any noises coming from underneath the vehicle that shouldn't be there, and there's nothing. It's absolutely as it should be. Brakes on the car, I'm just going to get around the corner and give them a bit of a shove. And that's hard enough to get the hazard lights to come on, because they'll come on when you hit the brakes hard on the CR-Vs to warn people behind. Perfect. Brake pedal bites well. There's no pulsing, no vibrations coming back through the brake pedal. So all in very, very fine order indeed. Coming inside the car, the thing that you notice pretty much straight away with the CR-Vs is just how wonderfully put together they are. We're talking about a 8-year-old car now, and just I can't hear any squeaks or rattles in the interior at all. But that again is common for the CR-Vs, and it is, I find it eternally frustrating that the motoring press laud the usual candidates when they're brand new and they're all put together reasonably well. They should come and drive them sort of 5 or 10 years old, and see how they're standing up there, because this is where the CR-Vs are, top of the pile. They're absolutely brilliantly put together. They're also a lovely place to sit. You got really good visibility out of the car. I can actually see a bonnet, which is a miracle on a modern vehicle. These big wing mirrors, massive wing mirrors actually, give you just that sense of security on the road. You know what's going on around you. Pretty much every customer that comes in, you know, first of all, especially if you're going from a smaller car, think, oh crikey, it's a bit big, you know, a bit worried. You know, by the time they finished a 5-minute test drive, pretty much everyone bar none has said the same thing, which is it felt so confidence inspiring to drive on the road. And all working exactly as it should. It's said really nice in here. Got, you know, I'm a big fan of this sort of stuff. Nice, big, easy to use controls, wonderfully engineered and precise actuation of all the sort of minor buttons that Honda again do so well on these cars. A dual zone climate control system pumping out lovely cold air, which gives you the option to have different temperatures side to side on the vehicle. Dash binnacle in front, simple, legible, beautifully presented, as Honda always tend to do, and a nice small diameter steering wheel, which is leather bound and feels absolutely fantastic in hand, and all its functions working exactly as they should. This is a four-wheel drive version of the CR-V, because not all CR-Vs are four-wheel drive. Basically, it runs in two-wheel drive pretty much the whole time. Honda worked out very quickly that most people will be doing exactly what I'm doing today, where four-wheel drive just isn't required. Problem with having four-wheel drive on permanently, it'll scrub your tyres, which means you get through tyres more quickly, use more fuel, and put a lot more mechanical stress through the vehicle. Should you need to go into four-wheel drive with this car, it does it for you. Basically, if the front wheels start to lose grip on snow, ice or mud, it instantly and seamlessly brings in the rear wheels to give you four-wheel drive, and then disengages it when it's no longer required, and it works brilliantly. I've got a CR-V. I tow a caravan, as I said, in pretty much every single video, and I've never come close to getting stuck with one. Nor, actually, in pretty much 3 decades of selling Hondas using this system, have we ever put a spanner on the system. So it's a particularly tough and well-engineered four-wheel drive system on the car. As I said at the start of the video, the point of it is just to show the car in operation. What the video can't get across is just how solid and well engineered this car feels, which is why they are generally a fair bit dearer than their competitors, because they hold the value better. The trade, even those that weren't previously into Hondas, have learnt that they're a safer bet than lots of manufacturers these days. But they just drive so nicely and they're so good to own. However, if you've got any questions about the car, don't hesitate, do give us a call.